Hello. Hopefully I'm actually live. You know, it's a little hard to tell sometimes. Everyone looks good though, so here we go. Okay, I've been wanting to play Blueprints for a long time. Haven't had a good reason to, but I figure Mondays are going to be the day where I stream whatever game I'm interested in playing. And so I am very interested in playing Blueprints. Obviously no one's watching right now, but pretty simple. Hey, look, there's my mod. My favorite, well, my favorite. Here's one of my favorite two mods. But for the sake of legacy, if I stream this game again, I am definitely not interested in backseating or spoilers, but feel free to, if you haven't played the game yourself, or if you are enjoying the secondhand experience, feel free to enjoy it with me. Because I mean, everything I've seen about this game looks phenomenal. I am okay at puzzles. I am good at some puzzles, and I'm very bad at other puzzles. We're gonna see. Because it's all a matter of, understanding the visual language, right? So we'll see how bad I am, and hopefully it's not too embarrassing how bad I am. I have a note page up to record anything that I hopefully need to know, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, without further ado. Yeah, and sometimes I will sit and stare at the easiest thing in the world until someone, like, over my shoulder says, you don't see it? It's right there. And then it, like, yeah. It's like a complete crapshoot for whether a puzzle makes perfect sense to me or is awful and inscrutable, and I hate myself for being an idiot. I've been talking a lot today, so my throat is a little sore. I do have my water bottle. I might be drinking a little bit. Forgive me if the noise picks up. Also, if you happen to hear my cat screaming outside.
Of the Mount Holly estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me.
I don't think legally it's that easy, but you never know.
I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in, and to the house and land which I own.
There will be a quiz? Oh dear.
The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
Okay. So, I'm going to assume everything is going to be relevant at some point. That clock is moving, and it started at 8 o'clock. Again, I have a notes page up, so if I ever stop, I'm probably typing something. And I did go down for having gone back outside. So that is also good to know. I think I'm just gonna stick to going inside for the first day. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you were fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission, covered in the fine print to my will, that I feel I should bring to your attention. First, no tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Second, tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. Third, you may not stay overnight. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you, quote-unquote, start fresh each morning, and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of advice: do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, don't go where the path leads, abandon the path and go where you want it to lead. With all my love and wishes, best of luck, Robert S. Sinclair. Mount Holly Blueprint. This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure, accessed by pressing tab. Okay. Queen of Hearts, you say? Searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose one step. When you no longer have any steps left, you'll be too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day. Queen of Hearts, Ace of Spades. Queen of Diamonds, not Queen of Hearts. Yeah, I did pick up on that from watching you. I think a closet's probably a good thing to have at the very front. Ivory die. While drafting, you may use it to reroll new plans. That's cool. I mean, okay, if I have a metal detector, I could go out to the grounds with that. That seems like a pretty useful thing. Oh, it's just a passive thing, you say? Picture of a clothespin and a tree in the closet. Okay. Nook. I see the UI element. journey noteworthy. As you continue your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool to you. You will not regret having beside you on your journey. Reasonable. My handwriting is really bad, and so I'm probably going to stick to a Google Doc, but we'll see how messy my notes get. Oh look, a key. So there is a white rook in here. Rosary. Okay. Den seems like a fitting room. Opens up the back corner if needed. Okay, so you use keys on various elements throughout the house. Big clock. And that, I don't know what color pawn that is. It's not white. This fireplace, probably need to put that out at some point. Do a hallway. Make sure that goes the way I think it will. This game is like really cool, really pretty. Like just the vibes of each room so far. It's like it's not exceptionally like gorgeous by any means, but it's like the distinct visual style is so cool. I'm just moving around, clicking on everything. I'm guessing that my mic does not pick up the clicking unless I'm speaking, but I am clicking. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. So when I'm drafting, does that mean like on the left here, things will be more locked? Assuming northeast, southwest. Nice. Okay, okay. Bat in a bathtub. Okay. Surely that's got to be a puzzle somehow, somehow. Since I know that Hegelian Shitting has played the game before, do I find items like the coin purse scattered throughout? Like all of these will spawn in different places, or will they always spawn in the same room? Whenever you enter the chapel, lose 1 coin, you say. I can draft the room and then not go through it, theoretically. Gem requirements. So drafting the kitchen requires, or it provides something I can spend gems on. And parlor has a puzzle piece, so I'm assuming that means that there will be a puzzle in the parlor. I was thinking that maybe I could go to the parlor on the left here if I draft it, and have that get me down to the corner here. Because I kind of want to keep the right side open, but I also only have 44 steps, so... Okay. We have what looks like a farmer, a chef, but I mean a pitchfork could also be a farmer. So we'll put a hoe down for the first one. Then pitchfork overalls. Ivy is for... What do we think? Is that like a cleaning person? Is that a chimney sweep? The tool looks like it's used for dusting, and the black clothes would suggest like chimney sweeping specifically, but and then 5. Zing. That's a riding crop. And then just accidentally deleted a lot of things. That is one of the downsides of using a digital note page. Okay. So there is a white bishop. Fortunately, Control-Z is also a thing, so don't worry too much about that. Okay, so I do want to go through the left door rather than the right door. What do we think that is? Is that mistletoe? Is that a holly leaf at the top? Ha ha ha! That's funny. Dalinar's Blade. That's funny. It doesn't have berries, so I'm inclined against mistletoe, but it could be holly or something. I don't see anything behind the altar explicitly yet, so. Okay. Ah, that makes sense. Let's go corridor. A fishing rod. If I try to enter the chapel without a coin, will it stop me, or will it just quote-unquote deduct a coin? Okay. The painting looks really off somehow. Like his hand is weird, and the length of his forearm is kind of weird, and then all of his clothing is weird. And like all the perspective is weird in this portrait. And I'm guessing that the things that are different in the portrait compared to the real room are significant, so yeah, there's that. Lots of paintings. I don't think I'm going to write all of these down. Maybe I will need to eventually. It's probably some big secret, let's be real. Wait, did I just guess that right the first time? April 15th. Dearest Mary, I know the events of the past year have catapulted you into a world you may not have been ready for. It's cruel the way time rips through our lives, leaving them barren and fruitless like wind-seared, scarred plains. This all, I know your principal concern has always been Simon. You didn't need to confide in me yesterday for me to realize that fact. Everyone who knows you understands this. I think it was 154 that I did, but I'm not certain. I will take full responsibility to ensure that regardless of how your current project pans out, Simon is shielded from any fallout and, God forbid, repercussions. A child should never suffer the iniquity of their parents. I, of course, write you all of this in hope that I can set your mind at peace when imagining the worst-case scenarios, not because I think such an outcome is likely. No, mere few apprehensions and fewer fears. Assuming everything goes according to plan, you should be reunited with Simon again before his 10th birthday, and while 2 years might seem like an eternity to a mother, I always heard the days pass by more quickly in the East. Okay, so that is a suspicious phrase, if time passes more quickly in the east side of the house. As for me and you, I've already come to terms with that our meeting yesterday was very likely our last. I am too old and too stubborn to ever leave this place. I'm too attached to the home our family has built up. I can't see it because I just completely guessed, and I think it was top right or top left, middle right, middle, but I don't remember. Part of me thinks that like the number of iterations of the various paintings is relevant, but here's another yellow pawn. Okay. Just gonna quickly... read this again, just in case. Six. Okay, okay. Okay. So when it says you may draft new floor plan, like, is that, can I just click room 46 and draft it? Or is this, like, you can go to rooms you've already been to on future days, like, specifically, select rooms that you've been to when you come back. Okay. Let's go to the parlor. Man, creepy face. Just, I don't like portraits. Not a big fan. I don't like the way that things stare at you. Okay, so I assume that I will learn more about those boxes at some point. Okay. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write with the particulars of the game when I found the time, and I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always your friend, M. Lowry? Probably Lowry. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. At least one box is true. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements. Is only true. At least one box is always. Only one box is a prize within, the other 2 are always empty. Wind up key. You're winding me anyway. Oh, so the key is used to open the box of my choice, and then I don't get to open the rest of them. I am not great at these kinds of logic puzzles. I think we can make the safe assumption that the blue box might not necessarily be the one that is explicitly blue. Yeah, I will keep you posted. It says at least one of each. It doesn't necessarily. It could be 2 true and 2 false, or 2 true or 2 false. One will always be false, one will always be true. And the phrasing of it will only display, which makes me think that maybe they display different statements. I think it's safe to assume that it's possible that it's not blue. Not that it isn't blue, just that it's a possibility. That the blue box could mean something other than the box that to our eyes looks ostensibly blue. It's not that this is necessarily true, that this is the blue box, and that the others are false or true. That we can do that just to make sure we don't waste too much time here. But for example, if this box is false, then the statement the blue box is true, then like this would then be false, and then this would be true that the blue box is empty. And so then that doesn't tell us which box has something in it by my rough logic. And so I don't think that's the that's necessarily the solution. Again, logic puzzles are not my strong suit. Because the very easy answer, if this is true, and this is true, and this is false, then that's easy. You open the blue box, and there's something in there. But that just feels too easy for a game that is ostensibly about big, complicated puzzles. So if this is false, this is the blue box, then that's interesting. The blue box is something else. If that's false, then this being false could be complicated, but it could still be true that whatever the blue box is, it would be empty. They scale each time you get them correct. So what you're saying is that it could be as easy as this is the blue box, true, true, false. I mean, I'll wait for a response while writing down the paintings in the room. It could be, yes. Okay. So if this is, I'm assuming that I want something from the boxes. Like the instructions say that one box has a prize, the other two are always empty. And so I'm assuming I want the prize. So if this is true, that the blue box is empty, and, well, it can't be that all of them are true. We explain, that's a base part of the game. So, gems. So it's not like it's a major thing. It's just a okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for it. Hey, cool. Because then true, true, false. And that's neat. Okay, okay. West Wing Hall. Okay. I'd like to keep my options open, especially since I don't have coins to go back to the chapel. So, ooh, the ambience. The ambience just changed. Not a fan of ambient noise. Staff notice, June 15th, 1983, 10 years before he died. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plants associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that the staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Okay. Okay, so we've got another Queen of Diamonds. Okay, let's... I was going to call it a stagecoach, but it's not a stagecoach. Old-timey car. So the ranks in the corner, is that the, like... here, the road that you have placed it on, rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, rank 4, rank 5, rank 6, rank 7, rank 8, rank 9. Is there like a deeper reason why I don't have a jump button and can't climb over everything? Because I'll be real, I'd like to jump over things sometimes. Just because I like to jump and like to twitch while I'm playing games. Those feathers on its chin look a little bit suspicious. And I mean, that water looks kind of like a duck of some kind. Anyway. You can't just give me something to interact with. The Fixed Stars, A Stargazer Companion to Constellations by Richard Witt. Fen Aries, Bird and Sons, publishing 1809. Preface. This book contains a complete starbase, a list of constellations, and the observed effects that accompany the appearance of each one. Depending on the number of stars that can be seen in the sky on any given day, different constellations of various sizes may be visible, sometimes more than one on a single day. This book, a solid base for astronomy, will help you easily identify these constellations and impress your friends and discover the joy of stargazing. North Star equals 1 gold. The twins, 2 trunks have been added to the entrance hall. The slice, 3 steps. Diamondus Minor, 1 gem. The Southern Cross, rooms with 4 doors are more common today. Farmer's Apple, apples are extra delicious today. Clavis the Key, 1 key. Diamondus Major, 5 gems. Draxus the Dead End rooms are more common today. The Sale, everything is 15% off. Florialis, Bloom of the Sky, green rooms are more likely to contain special flowers. But there are a number of pages missing in this book. So we're missing pages 9 to 10, 13 to 14, and 16, 17, 18, and 19. Okay. That's an unsatisfying answer. But I now have a star, so convenient. Okay, so I just blocked that. And it won't let me fall off things, huh? Oof. I see, I see. Seems like this is like mirrored to what's up above. Nice. That took maybe more effort than it was worth. So it doesn't land on the same place that you started from. I don't feel like I have the proper orientation to know what's important about these globes yet. So I don't... Well, okay, maybe we... No, okay. So I can see... I wish I could crouch too. I can see that. And I can see kind of on that globe up there, but I don't know what would correlate to what. So I think I'm just gonna go to the next rooms. Guess that means it's the spare room, so we can get more space. seeing rooms like these makes me think of Bendy and the Ink Machine. Which is, you know, creepy game I'm probably never going to play because I'm a complete wuss. Okay. Little anteater dog. Sinclair, just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait, though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciated that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Hoping your health improves shortly. KL? Got a theater and some kind of flower. Land, it should be less specific if I don't know for sure. On. Yeah. more pawns. I also hate stuffed heads, for a similar reason to hating portraits. Okay, no shock there. Launder currency, you say? Is this a one-time lose half your steps? Oh, I mean, okay. Let's just try it. Hey, mister, why do all your weights weigh the same value? So the half-wrapped safe is definitely interesting. I'm, curious about whether it's counting the different colors of lights for the code to the safe. I don't see clearly anything reflected in the mirror here. But it also, if this is a mirror, because it doesn't look like it's reflecting the room, which obviously is suspicious. That looks kind of like a little person sticking out of something, casting a shadow, but I don't see a little person on the tree. And there's a candle missing, candle missing from the stick. What a shock. Okay. Can we just get lucky again? No. Okay. what could indicate numbers in this picture? The number of present. I was able to open a safe with a random guess. Yes, I opened one that had red letter in it in the drawing room. First random guess, too. Okay. Again, since I don't really feel like counting all the colors of lights at the moment, we'll probably just continue. No, I think I guessed 154 or 145, one of the two. Bridget, with the last three letters capitalized. Bridge et. Okay, so that's, you know, not suspicious at all. Please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. Those might cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. Grinder, cups. Okay. But this is rank 7, so if I use this, then I can have dinner. So I will go here. Dirigiblocks? No, I did not guess 1, 2, 3, 4. Commissary. Or commissary, depending on how you want to say that. I'm guessing the double M makes it com. I would love to play me some Dirigiblocks, but it seems to be closed. So I wish I could buy a key. I am one away. A salt shaker, you say? From day 12 to day 16. Staff notice, effective the first week of December, payroll for all live out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically. As your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call, it is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Any questions or concerns regarding this process should be directed, as always, to our house manager, Mrs. Babbage. Terminal password scratched out. One, two, six. So then with Crown and without Pro is probably going to be relevant to someone. Annual Maid's Day sale, 2 days only. Locked. Okay, so let's go have dinner. You had a Santa hat at one point, my friendly dress mannequin. You had a Santa hat at one point. Would you like a Santa hat again? Can I do that for you? Oh ho, didn't see you on the way in. Okay. Then maybe I will have dinner. And this is a rank 5 room. Okay. So I can try going out the chapel, and I can try going out the den to get some more rooms. Chapel is going to cost me coins, and so I could go back to the commissary and just spend what I have getting a salt shaker. and a gem or two. And I have to go through the chapel to get back to the den, so I can't just save my coin in that vein. I can check the other weight room doors, I guess. I think they were locked, but... No, not all of them. Courtyard could get me somewhere, but I don't have a gem, so I guess it's just the lavatory. And I guess that means I have to, after selecting a door, I can't back out from... Yeah, okay, that's fair. Oh! HSS, that's the guy's initials. Okay. Why is it called a lavatory if there's also a bath? I thought a lavatory was like specifically a water closet-esque without a... It is a funky middle S. I'm assuming it's mostly stylized, but it could mean something. I thought it was a 5 when I came in, and I was like, oh, is this the code for the safe? But I don't know what letter H would be as a number. It seems like it's just a dead-end room, but I think I might just be missing things that might be necessary. There are these missing slats throughout the room. But I don't have a crouch button, so... but they do look to be roughly about the size of this array of slats. And so, yeah, couldn't tell you. So I think I'm gonna go up to the commissary and buy some gems. Because I still have a good number of steps. Buy a gem, and I'll buy a shovel. Why not? I can go out and explore the grounds if I have extra time. Ah, I didn't see the white knight in here. This was the safe that I randomly opened the first try. That says 6 on the letter, mind you. And it's on April 15th. I should probably write that down. it occurs to me that I can just take a picture, take snips of these letters, and paste them directly into my notes. So that does obviously drastically alter the depth of my notes page. Nice. I was gonna laugh so hard if it was locked. I don't think I need the breaker box. I don't know if I need more bedrooms. I kind of want to find things laying around the house, but also this could get me more rooms, and that could be beneficial. I think I'm going to go explore outside if I have the shovel. So I'll just do the bunk bed. Hi, buddy. That looked like a routine that I might be able to interrupt and encourage it to get on the wheel somehow. You're so cute. I wager not. I haven't. This is my first day, so I'm guessing not, but. Jeez. Wow. Camp Colonel. The house stays the same. The rooms draft differently each time.
Turtles of Vera.
Today is a good day because Simon is at camp and he is not as much fun as my friends. I will not have to share my toys, and I will not have to share my room, and I will not have to share my snacks. Having a younger brother is not as fun as they told me it would be, but today is a good day because he is at camp. Herbie is mean and really stupid, and today is a good day because I threw away his airplane. I also had more fun at camp than he has had in his entire life. Today is a good day because I got my brother in trouble for reading my private journal without my permission, and writing mean things in it too. He also threw my model airplane into the bushes outside, but I got it back, and if he does it again, he will not get to go to the park on Friday, and I will make sure he gets no presents for his birthday. I don't need any presents because I have my brother's book, because he won't stop writing about me, and today is a good day because I know he cries when he can't find his book. Even though he is older, he is wow, that's sad. Today is a good day because my brother returns from college and I get to finally return to him the book I took from him a long time ago. I hope you find it as hilarious as I do. I honestly have no idea how we survived sharing a room. All things being said, I wouldn't have it any other way. I still would rather have had his sister. Congrats on the diploma and welcome home. So I wrote that. I'm Simon. sounded like the mouse was on the wheel. So older brother is Herbie. So BQs is spelled incorrectly here, but it's spelled correctly on this side. And so I'm assuming that means something. EAW. And then though has a lot of misspellings, like THOUGH. EAWE perhaps is relevant then. Or IAWE. There are all these button looking things, but I guess they're just the things on the okay. Interesting that that is down when this has something hung on it. Wholesome. Hopefully cute kids, hopefully wholesome experience that they look back fondly on. And hopefully Herbie isn't also dead. Oh, you get +2 every time you go in? That seems crazy. No, whenever you enter for this room specifically. Does that mean I can just go in and out and in and out? Oh, okay, so it's not infinite, it just gives you a +2. Reddington. I mean, I feel like this upside down hand has to be suspicious at some point. Bridge it. Are you here? Bridge it. So I feel like if I come here with 4 stars, then there might be something for me to do here. Oh, that's... Okay, so that's why you need a breaker room. To be able to turn this back on. I'm guessing there's not much I'm going to be able to do in here with the lights off. So these are just doorways that would lead somewhere if the wall didn't match up poorly, like the drawing, well, yeah, like with the drawing room to the den. Nice. A flan, okay. Cute. Again, I think that's yellow because I've seen white pieces. I really hope I'm not expected to remember which Rubik's Cubes are in which orientations in which rooms, because that would be crazy. The Little Prince, the Red Prince. Hey, that's kind of like the name of the book. There was a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown made of rubies and a red castle made of stone. The prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. And he never looked up for few of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. So he always had a book to turn his eyes down if he was ever outside when the clouds weren't around. Clouds, famously red. And do you know which book the prince always had? The one that made him happy whenever he was sad? A story he had read in the bath and the bed, and maybe you can guess with the clues we have said. Clues that we have said. It was the story of a boy who also wore red, and he looked like our prince from his toes to his head. And as you, my reader, might already assume, this book is quite near you, in fact, in the same room. A story about you, if it needs to be said, about a red prince and his book, the red book we just read. That's cute. And I'm assuming indicative of something. Bridge. So part of me is thinking that a lot of these pictures in this book are similar to paintings elsewhere in the manor. Like this there has been a bathtub consistently in paintings. There's the picture that has a mirror, and I think it has a grandfather clock. There's crows for sure. I haven't seen a canary picture. I have seen paper cranes, and I don't think I've seen a swan explicitly. Very cute, though. Red seahorse. Suddenly suspicious of anything red. Red door. Or should I be suspicious of anything blue because that's the name of the game? I'm anxious enough that I'm going to write down that there is a Rubik's Cube in this room. But I don't think I'm anxious. Well, okay. We'll see how big the picture is in my notes. That's pretty big. Well, we shall see. Oh. Yeet. What a precarious place to build a manor. And where does all that water come from? My notes are on a Google Doc that I have on the side of, on my second screen. Shout out to all of you second screen users out there for being the elite among the gaming crowd. This isn't a horror game, right? Nothing can hurt me. Just because it's dark and scary, nothing can hurt me. I'm not going to get jump scared. I'm not going to get alerted by anything. I'm just looking around at these boxes in this underground tunnel, and it's okay. And we can get out because the doorway hasn't closed behind us. It's the ambient noises, man. It's when they start making ambient noises when I walk into a room that I really get spooked. No, that'd be convenient. But I mean, I think a large part of the appeal of the game is having your own, like, a way to quantify your engagement with the game. Why would you need to mod flag your own message? If Dalinar's Blade is still in the chat, then, you know, you probably have them do it. Okay. The campsite. Due to the rules set forth in your great uncle's will, you're not allowed to stay in the estate overnight. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. You may call it a day at any time from the blueprint menu tab to return to camp for the night. Okay. I'm guessing there's nothing that has led me to the key code for the orchard here. But I bought a shovel, guys. Surely I can use it for something out here. Well, I did make up a random number. I picked 5,555. As in the house use, ugh, all that work for nothing. Though I mean, like, there's suspicion on some of these doorways, though, so I guess that's not completely useless for exploring the grounds. Okay, 5 moves left. Let's go back to the chapel. There's a lot of red theme happening here. Surely I should be able to take at least one of these candlesticks and go put it in the boudoir where there was a missing candlestick, right? Surely. Incense and a book, a scroll, something. Staff and a book. Praying. Something. Oh, and there is a stained glass behind the sun, but I can't see what it is with any certainty. Okay. Let's go to the drawing room and we gotta look at the creepy painting or the portrait area. Doesn't look like there's anything that amiss with the chair. Oh. Why did I not read the third page? I definitely did not read the third page. In red soil, under red flags. Compromise I know you yourself would never have accepted. I know you, your mother and I spoke of little else during your school days. I know she'd feel the same bittersweet pride I feel now to see you following your father's footsteps and making the same sacrifices he did. Farewell, my marigold. We may yet meet again. Your Uncle Herbert. So Mary equals marigold, presumably. So she wrote The Red Prince. Red flags. Okay. Okay, so that's how it goes. Might be a little bit different, quote unquote. I like how it's a little exit sign. I don't know if I'm going to do a full day, because I have already been at this for longer than I thought I would be, but I'm at least going to check it out, how different it is. Really likes to zoom you in there. Okay, so I'm glad I took notes of the paintings, because it seems like they're going to be the same. Okay. I could just go for the storeroom early and get stuff, but I don't hate the left turn for the parlor. The gems are not in the white box. The gems are not in this box. The gems are in this box. I write down. Okay, so these did change, because these ones were a uniform overcoat and a cot. But it seems like most everything else is the same. But obviously, since we're near an edge, there are windows open, which is pretty cool. Putting that out there. Okay, real quick. Gems are not in the white box. If that's true, then this would also need to be true, and this would need to be false. So that could make the blue one true. That could mean that they're in the blue box. True, false. I mean, it seems the other one seemed pretty straightforward. So if it is true, true, false, I mean, let's just give it a go. Hey, look, that was easy. Maybe I'm better at logic puzzles than I thought. Den. It's a pretty good spot for a den, I think. Though I guess it doesn't have a right door. I was mistaken. I thought it had a right door. And these were swapped. The bat was on the left and the bathtub was on the right. Oh no. That was a different... Wait. Yeah, different paintings. Hallway. That seems pretty good. I kind of want to draft this room first, just to see where it goes. I think I want to keep the corridor. Let's do the closet here. Okay, so it's 2 items, but they're not the same items every time. Okay. I like that. So, the clothespin in the tree got moved, and now here's the bridge and the bride. So now I need to know whether it's the days that change the paintings or the rank that changes the paintings. So now I have to go back and write the ranks for all of these. Painting things. I'm guessing it's rank because the closet was rank 1 in that same spot, day 1, and the parlor is in the same spot the closet was in, and so I'm assuming it's based on rank rather than day for the time being. I didn't see grandfather clock and padlock at all before. So that begs the question. Do I need to find a room with a grandfather clock in it to draft at rank 3, and then the grandfather clock will do something when I do? Occasionally, you may discover small mounds of dirt in certain rooms of the estate. With a shovel, one may be able to excavate these suspicious dig spots. Huh. Huh. This looks pretty much the same, though. Okay, figured that was the case. Have fun. Ooh, cutscene. Is this where all the ambient noises have been coming from? Hey, that's cool. That's really cool. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What's unless written by hand. So does that mean that the printed memo, quote unquote, of the rooms in the West Wing are more likely locked? That's a lie, and rooms in the East Wing are more likely locked? You don't have to answer that. In the estate, they can be only unlocked with an electronic keycard. The keycard situation is currently operational. I mean, let's have that change. Offline mode. This mode determines the default setting. The security doors will be set to if power is lost during blackout, for example. As a general rule, offline mode should be set to unlocked if any staff are working on this estate. Terminal password. Okay, it started with an S, but I don't have the terminal password yet. A cam, B cam. The empty chamber has been unlocked and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. So that's a freaking lie. Keycard access, security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. Okay. Oh, but those are two separate statements here. I don't know that up is north, per se. further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. That's a lie, because it's a red memo. We have a match and a tree. And we saw this one. Password is still scratched out. Interesting. That's very unfortunate. Okay, so let's take a look at the rooms here. Because hopefully that'll give me an idea of where the cameras are situated in the rooms, and maybe I can find out what the cameras look like if that's relevant. Because I don't need to go back to the spare room, but I could go through the spare room. But I could, like, the den. No, that's the nook. I can find the nook. Nursery. Not sure what those are. I'm not sure what that is. I'm guessing that's a vault. The vault's on there twice for some reason. Nook's on there twice for some reason. That looks like the hallway. Red memos equal lies unless written by him. I don't see the security camera. So I'm wondering. And it doesn't show me turning. So that's very interesting. That's probably, I mean, that's probably just like a coding ease of replicating thing, but you know, you can never be too sure with these games. That's a key card. No, that's a lockpick. Some locked doors. So if that's a lie, doors in the west wing are less likely to be unlocked. Or less likely to be locked, I think would be the proper... I like the observatory. But I kinda... I think the observatory was ranked 5 in my last visit, and so I kind of want to put it in a different rank to see how that goes. We'll go for the pantry. And again, bridge at 10, huh? Campsite 10. I think I might just end this path here and try going left instead, because the only thing that I could come back here for is the garden dig sites and maybe security. So I think I'm gonna guest bedroom it up. And see, okay, so rank 5. Chart and coal, same. I do want to go to the commissary to check to see which of those signs were printed in red. Is that 2 keys? No, those car keys. Okay. Yellow pawn, got that. Nom 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 nom. Well, I gotta keep my options open, but I want to see the mailroom. So the camera was up here. Is the security room reveal supposed to be that there have been that like the cameras have been there the whole time and that you're just now seeing it? And this is again the same rank, and so it's the same painting. So I'm thinking it's ranks rather than doors. So I might start a page of what rank in my notes. I really don't want to go to the chapel yet, and since the closet's there, I think I'm just going to go for the kitchen. Okay, so the meal changes based on the day, not on the rank. So the 4 stars seems to be a rank 2 blue. Isn't that? Yeah, that's just the menu again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 blue spice jar. 6 red. Yellow. Those numbers seem similar to the numbers I entered in the drawing room. Oh, is the joke that it's blueprints, but we're also drafting with blueprints? Is that the joke? I think I'm gonna go for the breaker box this time. Just to see. Danger. Toggling of breaker switches may result in unexpected loss of floor plan functionality. Please call DC Power if you require assistance. Keycard entry system. We can turn that off. Gymnasium, darkroom, garage off. And then, is it cabaret or cabinet? Cabinet, probably. Ah. Well, I think we go to the courtyard because that opens up most of the rest of the house. A free shovel? I mean, okay, I turned off. Ugh. I turned off the keycard system, and so maybe I could go back and get through that door. I hate that sound so much. I hate it when I move. I hate it. I hate it. Is the answer. So, okay, if security is open, then I'm going to do the storeroom here so I can get more keys. Bird is the same, but rank 3. We have Queen. Gonna step out to the patio and dig up. some of these suspicious dirt piles. Nice. We'll take a risk. Okay, yeah. So that's false. Commissary will be closed from day 12 to day 6 is false. Day 16. Okay, and so the drawings change as well. What does a sledgehammer do? I'm gonna wait to buy that because I might need to buy a gem, but I'm very interested about the... Why do you want me to go to the security computer? Oh, for the keycard system having been turned off or something. Okay. Drawing room seems pretty good. Oh, yeah, I might need to buy a gem for that. Because I'm flush with keys. So I think I am gonna... Oh wait, crap, I can't go back and buy it yet. I did turn defaults to open, and I did make that connection. Also, stop telling me how to do things. Yeah, I can draft the chapel here, and then just go buy the sledgehammer, and not lose money. At least the stained glass is still the same. Four items in the walk-in closet, huh? But I think the boudoir is a good call here. Gets us up. Sure. A banana? Ah, yes. A banana with my afternoon tea. So it doesn't look like this has noticeably changed. Oh, maybe the little guy is just a detail on the... Three coins. Rough to have the chapel right next to those, and I probably could have waited before picking those up. A tiger and a cake tier. Seven locked doors in the Great Hall, huh? What does that even do? Let's not go in there. Let's, of course. Okay. Still Reddington. I mean, I feel like the gymnasium is not bad to have next to the bedroom. Let's go check out the Great Hall. Nice. Love that. Yep. Yep. That's great. Nice. So there's no way I could get back to the utility closet steps wise and get back to the dark room. So I think the passageway is, oh, but I have to do the dark room. Okay. Anything I can see before the lights go out? Rip. Okay. So we still have the gym we can go through. And we technically still have rooms we could unlock in the Great Hall. Why is this all wavery now? Is it because it's next to the furnace? Yeah, oh, nice. Thought I didn't miss that. I don't know if it's worth the paranoia, but I will take a snip of the orientation of these wine bottles and paste it into my notes. So we can turn the lights off in the gym if needed, and here's the flan and the fan at rank 7. Ooh. Hoople Sports. Oh yeah, it's the dinner bell. That's the dinner bell. The observatory will give me to the antechamber. Popular children's writer Marian Marigold adds yet another feather to her scholastic cap when she discovered on Thursday that her picture book, Swimbird, had been chosen as the Herald Literary Medal Illustrated Book of the Year. This is Marigold's second time winning this prestigious honor. The previous medal was, of course, for her debut effort, not added, but I'm assuming that's Red Prince. She was no stranger to the public eye. Even before her literary success, the niece and closest living relative of Baron H.S. Sinclair, Mary began using Marigold as a pen name to free her from political associations that one might make with the Sinclair family. Swimbird author never considered herself a success. By Gail Hermes, Herald staff writer. She confided, my son was the one that actually got me to start writing. I had always challenged myself to never tell the same story twice at bedtime, and so as we ran out of books we owned, my imagination had to take over from there. Marigold has elaborated in previous interviews that her debut book, Red Prince, is based on her son and his inflexible love of the color red, a statement that has been held with much skepticism by the many pundits that view the book as a rather thinly veiled political critique of the Royalist Party and their unwavering blind loyalty to the throne. Spicy. Now the question is Simon the Red Prince because he was writing in red in the journal, or is it Herbert? Publisher and author detained by Red Guard question. Caleb Manning and his publisher Philip White were two of 3 dozen names that appeared on a leaked dossier naming them a person of interest in the Trinsdale bombing that killed 4 people last Tuesday. Although no group has come forth to officially take responsibility of the attack, it is widely believed by authorities to be the work of the insurgent group RLCF, who also call themselves the Children of Blackwater. Ruffington Press was quick to dismiss the rumors in a statement released on Friday, maintaining that the popular author and Mr. White were simply victims of an unfortunate happenstance, whatever that means. This would not be the first time that the publishing house has defended a rogue employee. 3 years ago, an associate editor with the company was arrested for criminal conspiracy. The charges were later dropped. Marigold drops publisher, local author, and popular personality Marian Marigold has announced a split with her long-term publishing partner Ruffington Press, citing personal reasons. The announcement came after the arrest last week of fellow author and colleague Caleb Manning, who Marigold has past referred to as her mentor, friend, and confidant. Marigold is the 3rd prominent writer to distance themselves from the publisher this week. White was seen at the corner, a suspicious bag under the waved it down a local Met. This is the 3rd major last year. It is anticipated charged by the Crown. Manning was the last. The trial begins on 2, expected to last up to something with grand treason. No trace is discovered of Cinca heiress, but search continues. Mary Matthew Jones, the author and illustrator whose fanciful stories are written under the pen name Mary Marigold, was last seen by a close friend around 3:45 p.m. Friday, getting into a carriage after a late luncheon date at the 100 Bells Tea Room in Trinsdale. Mrs. Jones never arrived at home, and the carriage driver cannot be located. Family and local authorities are very concerned, but have not deemed the case foul play. It's an out-of-character incident. At this point, we are seeking information. So notably, it doesn't say what her last name was at this point, whether she was still Matthews or not. But by February 22nd, 1887, she was Mrs. Mary Jones, who is Simon's last name. Friday, 5 p.m. Friday, Red Bells Tea Room, Dale. Okay, this is the last one. Priceless jewels stolen in dramatic Royal Museum heist. Thieves broke into the royal capital of Fen Aries, noted, that was on the book, The Red Prince, have broken into one of the Crown's fabled closed exhibits. These lavish rooms have historically been reserved exclusively for the use of the aristocracy and high peerage, and access has never been granted to those outside noble circles, at least not until today, as local police and forensic experts have been spotted in virtually every corner of the museum grounds dredging for clues. Museum authorities said they were alerted in the middle of the night by reports of several masked intruders seen breaching the south wall and brandishing firearms. The intruders broke into the museum, subdued the royal guard, and disabled the security system. By the time the militia arrived on the scene, the burglars had simply vanished. Although an official registry of the lost jewels has not been publicly announced, among the treasured artifacts rumored to be stolen is the renowned ruby crown of Orianda Aries, a priceless crown jewel whose material worth pales in comparison to their historical value. If these rumors are true, the evidence may suggest that theft was politically motivated. Okay. Good lore, good information. Oh, so the archive room is because of the archives and we won't be able to see, and that's just a permanent static effect. Okay. I think I'm gonna take the risk and go get dinner and then come back up through here, hoping that I'm not going to need to backtrack. Okay, it's one, well... yeah, let's go get dinner first. I don't have a showroom, but I am going to have dinner. Okay. Hey, I don't have to reorient it. That's so nice. So that's the manor. And that is a grappling? No, it's a hose. These still move. Don't have any firm knowledge of what they're gonna be. They're different, though. They're different. pair of chests. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna make it back to the entrance hall, I don't think. Not without some kind of shortcut. Ah, I see. I see. So I'm guessing that means there's something I'm going to have to do to the antechamber. Nice. That lockpick kit has saved my hide. Okay. I want to see what a rank 9 room looks like. And I think a locksmith is a pretty reasonable rank 9 room. Whew. Tempted by that special key, but I think I'm just gonna buy one key. Yeah, definitely a good feeling. I'm used to needing to hit tab to then alt over to a different screen to write down a note, but I keep blocking the screen with the blueprint menu when I try to do so, and so I have to break that habit to play this game. Hold on. Yeah, yeah. I mean, check out the aquarium, shall we? That is a very square fish. Sure. My handwriting is bad, and this way I can take snips of rooms if I choose to, which is helpful. So that looks like the patio. I don't recognize that room offhand. It could be the drawing room, but the chair I think is slightly different. And that's probably the washing room. think that's the just bedroom room. And yeah, I'm blocked, unsurprisingly. So it leaves me with just one room to progress forward. 21 steps. The utility closet is way in the middle of nowhere. So do I go down and unlock the East Wing Hall and try to get 2 more rooms? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I could get back to the entrance hall and not be able to get back from the utility room. There are 2 chests that I could get in the entrance hall. I think I'm gonna go to the East Wing Hall, unlock that door, and see if there's anything worth it down there. And then... Hey. Take that. I mean, let's draft the mailroom. That seems pretty reasonable. Right? Holy coins, Batman. Jeez. Good to know that that's a possibility. Now, further question. Does a blue memo count as true unless it's handwritten? Please return all correspondence and packages addressed to Denny Ravane to the sender, as he is no longer employed with our staff.
I can't read that. Did something zone the something that
True. A valid question. Simon P. Jones from Dad. Hey buddy, how's it going up there in that big house? I think most people would be pretty scared being alone for this length of time, but I have a feeling you're doing just fine. I imagine you're happy as a clam, perfectly content on the estate, with the exploration and opportunities for adventure that present themselves each day. As I'm writing this, you're currently in the garage packing the tent. I wanted to try to post this letter before we depart tomorrow so that it has a chance to arrive during your first few days on the estate, but with all the preparations, I'm not sure that I'm going to find the time. That handwriting looks different. There's so much I wanted to say, I'm sure I'll forget to tell you Friday night. Sometimes it's easier for me to just jot this stuff down. You're yelling at me right now to come bring you a pillowcase. Hold on a sec, I'll be right back. I can tell you're really excited, but I think you might feel a little guilty about being so happy the day after the funeral. Believe me, I know how long Uncle Herbert worked on setting this up for you, and I know from our conversations just how much happiness this final project brought him. So do us both a favor, be excited. The house really is amazing. I know it's been almost 7 years since we were last there, and I'm really curious to hear just how much you remember from the summer trips. You've always been smarter than me at this kind of thing, so I'm not sure how much guidance or inspiration I can offer before your trip that will actually be useful to you. Despite my best intentions, I'm sure that on Friday I'll end up leaving you with a few of my overused cliche expressions when we say farewell. Later, alligator, dad. P.S. Get some sleep each night and don't spend all your time each day playing Dirigiblocks. I would like to play Dirigiblocks. Thank you very much. Okay, I think that was productive. Now we see if we still have enough steps to get back to the entrance hall. Okay, so opening these seems like a pretty big deal. Yeah, so many coins. Holy cow. I mean, how much food can we eat? We need a club sandwich and a chef salad. 1, 2, 3, 4. That might actually get me back to the dark room, so... yeah, heck, let's go back to the dark room. And what if we turn off the lights in the gymnasium, just in case? Honestly, I don't think I'm going to see the garage, but just in case. Creepy picture. Probably just creepy because it was poorly developed, but still creepy. And the music does not make me happy. Is that a speaker? Is that a like a house speaker? Theater speaker? Oh ho ho!
Can't read that either.
Print notes. HS has requested yet another print of her ladyship, I assume for one of her rooms in the West Wing, as well as an enlarged print of the enclosed photograph. He said the last development was too dark to keep an eye on, so keep an eye on that. I need to find the enlarged version of the one below. And her ladyship appears to be Mary. Probably not gonna need Gem, but you never know. So this is the box in the photo with Sinclair. This is a rank 7 room. 7. Hi. So is it a camera then? Because it looks like he's taking selfies because he doesn't understand what it is. And I made the film roll, and this being a red room, all point to it being a camera, and I'm just dumb.
Oh, come on. You know I can't read that.
Dining room into guest room? I don't know. Okay, so there's presumably an enlarged version of this picture somewhere in the house. So that would let me read that part more clearly. And there's also the chance that I can look up higher on the tree and see it up on the top of the tree. If it is a camera, and if it is the camera he's taking pictures with, then did he put it in front of a mirror to take that picture? Did he have another camera? It's not hard for someone to have multiple cameras. Do I have to play spot the differences with the creepy maids? It looks like the entry hall, kind of. Better development on the face. So that looks like Miss Sinclair, Mrs. Sinclair. Room with that could be a queen. There's a terminal, and the security message, the commissary message said that the laboratory and the security both had a terminal. So that could be the laboratory, or there's another room that has a security terminal that was just private for them. The better definition really does a number on that feather duster, doesn't it? Okay. Again, I don't think there's much left I can do with the knowledge that I have, and I also am getting tired, so I'm probably going to wrap up at the end of this day, but I am going to go out and check. I'm probably going to pass through the dining room again, just in case I can see if that memo has any relevance. I'm going to go outside and check to see if I can find the engraved heart and the memo associated. That might get me into the orchard while I have the running shoes, so. I will say this game is delightful, though. Having a blast. So the picture would have been taken from here, looking at the back wall there. But the cups were in a different orientation, as well as, and, well, a number of things were in a different orientation when the picture was taken. Something to think about. Okay. I just want to play Dirigiblocks. Oh. Oh no, this is okay. This is the same one. Okay. Birds. And the maid's picture was taken from like around here, if it was the entry hall. I don't see the same plants, so I think it might be a different room. but there's the bridge that likely was in the Red Prince book, because it looks like there might be a river that goes up that way. I'm curious if I can get a green room on the left side of the house, whether that is what's going to get me access out to this way, or whether I will be able to eventually unlock that doorway. Back down to the creepy under the bridge room. And again, trying not to get too scared, because I am a wuss. Maybe if I bring a light of fire of some kind. Bird, bird, bird. I get the feeling that this leads to the garage. And so there might be something to do with that. And the garage might be a door that gets me out of the house. So this tree got chopped down. Of course it did. Of course it did. That would be too dang easy. But maybe there's a sitting log that has it engraved on it or something. Okay, well, this has been a lot of fun. I am pleased that I was able to solve 2 logic puzzles. I was not expecting that. And yeah, I will see when I can pick this up again for a stream. I have other things I need to be playing during the week for making videos and other content, so I don't know that I'm going to have time to play it independent of streaming. But maybe I'll play it more on Friday. If not, very likely more on Monday. I think I will. No, because I can call it a day and then save and quit. Yeah, okay, cool. Thank you everyone who was watching. Always happy to see familiar and not so familiar faces. And I hope you all have a good night. Again, I will stream again most likely on Friday. If nothing goes wrong, I'm going to stream on Friday again. I'll probably have a poll up for what I play on Wednesday, if I think of it. Maybe might do it tomorrow, we'll see. No later than Thursday, I'll have a poll of the games that I want to play, but leave it up to people who are interested in committing to a stream. And yeah, good times. Thank you guys, and I will talk to you later.